Hello everybody, welcome to Championship Matchweek Predictions number 32. It's quite a quick turnaround between games as we are fresh off last night when Middlesbrough beat Sheffield United, and obviously the next game is today, so it's quite a short window between the games. So that explains why Liam is not here today, because he wasn't able to find the time between games. But so that's why I'll be doing this on my own today. Apologies, but I do have his predictions. So quickly to cover on last week, Liam ended up getting 9 points. I ended up getting 14. That means his total is 201 compared to my 206. Now we're going to swiftly move on to this week because of the tight turnaround between the games. This video is probably going to be a bit more brief. I'm just going to say our predictions and maybe like a few points here and there. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Right, so the first game on our list today is Leicester versus Southampton. Leicester obviously struggling. Not long off the back of a 6-point deduction. And I feel like things are not looking good for Leicester at the moment. Well, they aren't looking good for Leicester at the moment. And as well, their form is pretty poor lately. Against the Southampton side, who's starting to pull up the table a bit. My prediction, I'm going to go a 1-0 Southampton win. Liam's prediction, he thinks Leicester will get a point. He's gone Leicester 1, Southampton 1. Now on to Oxford versus Norwich. Obviously, Oxford, good point against Coventry, but in terms of like wins, they're struggling to get wins at the moment. Norwich, they're starting to show some form and pulling out of the relegation zone. I think this one will be a Norwich win, to be honest. I think Oxford's point against Coventry will be a false dawn. I think it will be a 2-1 Norwich win. Liam, he also thinks it'll be a false dawn for Oxford with a 1-0 Norwich win. Next up, it's Birmingham versus West Brom. West Brom, obviously, still struggling pretty badly. They need to pull away soon if they don't want to be in the bottom 3 for the rest of the season. Up against inconsistent, but inconsistent on and off Birmingham City. I just don't see a world where West Brom get anything here, to be honest. I've gone for a 3-0 Birmingham victory. Liam, he has gone for a 2-0 Birmingham victory. Now, on to Wednesday night, we have Charlton versus Stoke. I think this one will be a close one to call, and I think this one will be a draw here. I know Stoke are starting to slip a bit, but I just think they'll get something from the Valley. Meanwhile, Liam, he thinks it'll be a Charlton win, 2-1. And now we go to Pride Park for Derby County. Derby, they have had a good season overall so far, but losing last time around. And they want to get back on track, Derby. And I think they will here. I think Swansea on and off, but it's tough to call, but I think I'm going to go for narrow 2-1 Derby win. Meanwhile, Liam, he thinks it'll be a goalless draw. Now, on to Portsmouth versus Sheffield United. Portsmouth struggling still, losing to Preston. Sheffield United also struggling, losing to Middlesbrough. I think this one has a draw written all over it, to be honest. Meanwhile, Liam, he thinks it'll be a 2-1 away win here for Sheffield United. Now, on to Preston versus North End. Preston, they're still there and thereabouts. Who would have expected that pre-season? Watford, I think they're still in the hunt, but they recently got rid of their manager. It's interesting to see what's going to happen. I think this will be a Preston win, 2-1. Meanwhile, Liam, he has predicted a goalless draw. Now on to QPR versus Blackburn. Blackburn obviously struggling as well. Pretty sure they are in the bottom 3 at the moment, and yeah, they're gonna have to beat QPR if they want to pull away from it. Unfortunately, I do not see a world where they win this one. I think I'm gonna go for tight QPR 2-1 win. Meanwhile, Liam, he has gone for a much more comfortable QPR win here. He has predicted 3-0. Now on to Sheffield Wednesday versus Millwall. Obviously, Sheffield Wednesday not scoring in so many games. They could be relegated in the next couple of weeks mathematically. You know what? I'm going to go bold here. I'm not going to predict a win. I think that's... You're going to need something monumental to get another Sheffield Wednesday win this season. But I think, they'll get a goal. I think they'll get a goal in this one. But Millwall will score 4. So, is it bold? I don't know. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Millwall 4. Meanwhile, Liam, he has gone Sheffield Wednesday 0, Millwall 2. Now on to Coventry versus Middlesbrough. A top 2 clash. What a game this is going to be. Obviously, Middlesbrough winning last night to go top of the league. A very, very good performance from them. And they're going to be going into this with a lot of confidence, Coventry, they're slipping a bit. They lost their lead that they had all season. And, their promotion really could be under threat here. If they lose this, I think that's catastrophic for their season. But I don't know. I have a feeling that this is the sort of game where they click and get back on track. I think it'll be a very massive 1-0 win to Coventry. Liam, on the other hand, thinks it'll be a 2-2 entertaining draw. Now on to Bristol City versus Wrexham. Bristol City, overall, season-wise, they've been decent. Wrexham, they've been very good as well. I think this will be a very difficult one to call. I think I'm going to narrowly go Bristol City's way. 2-1. Meanwhile, Liam, he has gone for a 1-1 draw. Now, to cover on a previous game, which was abandoned, we have Charlton versus Portsmouth, so we're not going to make new predictions here. I think our predictions from matchday 19 is going to be roughly what I'd expect to see, to be honest, anyway. So, I predicted Charlton 2, Portsmouth 0. I'm not going to change my prediction, to be honest. I think Charlton will probably win this one. Meanwhile, Liam, Charlton, he has predicted a 1-0 win. And both of us have agreed that Charlton will win this one. Now, on to the scorer of the week. Liam, who has he picked? He has picked Madsen from QPR. Meanwhile, for me, I have decided to pick Ivanovic for Millwall. I feel like he is a good goal scorer for Millwall. And against Sheffield Wednesday, I got Zan Vipotnik last week against Sheffield Wednesday, and it came through in the end. That got me my 5 points. It's just... no offence to Sheffield Wednesday fans, but I look at other games and I think it's a lot closer. And then I look at teams against Sheffield Wednesday and I think, this is going to be quite a comfortable win. So, yeah, I'm sorry. Another score of the week against Sheffield Wednesday is my prediction. Now, that'll be it for yet another week, and we shall see you for number 33. Goodbye.